Ever stared at your phone, watching that little spinning wheel next to your crypto transaction, wondering if it's going to take forever? You hit send, you saw the confirmation, and now, nothing. Just that dreaded, pending, status. You're not alone. We've all been there. You're trying to buy that dip, or maybe sell at the peak, but time is money in the crypto world. So, how long exactly can a pending Kraken transaction take to clear? And more importantly, what can you do about it? Let's break this down. Because, honestly, the answer isn't a simple, "Oh, it'll be done in 5 minutes." It's a bit more nuanced than that. First, let's understand the context. Kraken, like any reputable exchange, prioritizes security and accuracy. This means they have a robust verification process for every transaction. This process is designed to protect both the platform and its users from fraud and errors. But that security can sometimes lead to delays. When you initiate a transaction on Kraken, it doesn't immediately reflect on the blockchain. Instead, it goes through a series of checks. These checks include verifying your account, ensuring sufficient funds or assets, and confirming the transaction details. Then, it's broadcast to the relevant blockchain network for confirmation. Now, here's where things get interesting. The time it takes for a transaction to clear depends on several factors. Let's delve into those. 1. The specific cryptocurrency. Different cryptocurrencies have different block times. Bitcoin, for example, has an average block time of around 10 minutes. Ethereum's block time is significantly shorter, generally around 15 seconds. But, just because the block time is shorter doesn't guarantee a faster transaction. Each blockchain requires a certain number of confirmations before a transaction is considered final. Bitcoin transactions often require 6 confirmations, while Ethereum might require fewer. This confirmation process is crucial for security. Each confirmation essentially means that more blocks have been added to the blockchain since your transaction, making it increasingly difficult to reverse. So, if you're dealing with a cryptocurrency with a longer block time or requires more confirmations, expect a longer wait. 2. Network congestion. Imagine a highway during rush hour. That's essentially what happens to blockchain networks during periods of high activity. When a lot of people are trying to transact at the same time, the network becomes congested. This congestion can lead to significant delays in transaction processing. During periods of high volatility in the crypto market, you can expect network congestion to increase. This is because more people are trying to buy or sell, leading to a surge in transaction volume. Think of it this way, each transaction is like a car trying to get through a toll booth. If there's a long line of cars, it's going to take longer to get through. 3. Kraken's internal processing. Kraken also has its own internal processing times. These times can vary depending on the type of transaction, the amount involved, and the current workload on the platform. For example, large withdrawals may require additional manual verification, which can add to the processing time. Similarly, if Kraken is experiencing a high volume of transactions, their internal processing times may increase. Kraken also has certain security thresholds and risk assessments. If a transaction triggers a security flag, it may require manual review, adding to the processing time. 4. The type of transaction. Deposits and withdrawals have different processing times. Deposits often require confirmations from the blockchain before Kraken credits your account. Withdrawals, on the other hand, require Kraken to process the transaction and then broadcast it to the blockchain. Fiat deposits and withdrawals can also take longer, as they involve traditional banking systems. These systems have their own processing times, which can vary depending on the bank and the country. 5. Verification and account status. If your account is not fully verified, or if there are any issues with your verification documents, it can lead to delays in transaction processing. Kraken needs to ensure that all users comply with regulatory requirements, and this involves verifying their identity. If your account is flagged for any reason, such as suspicious activity, it can also lead to delays. So, what does this all mean in terms of actual time frames? Unfortunately, there's no single answer. Crypto deposits can range from a few minutes to several hours, depending on the cryptocurrency and network congestion. Crypto withdrawals can also range from a few minutes to several hours, but may take longer for large amounts or during periods of high network activity. Fiat deposits and withdrawals can take anywhere from a few hours to several business days, depending on the bank and the region. What can you do to speed things up, or at least understand the process? 1. Check network congestion. Before initiating a transaction, check the current network congestion. You can use blockchain explorers or network status websites to get an idea of the current transaction volume. If the network is congested, you may want to wait until it clears or pay a higher transaction fee to prioritize your transaction. 2. Use a higher transaction fee, where applicable. Some cryptocurrencies allow you to set a custom transaction fee. A higher fee can incentivize miners to prioritize your transaction, potentially speeding up the confirmation process. However, be mindful of the fees, as they can add up. 3. Verify your account. Ensure that your account is fully verified and that all your verification documents are up to date. This will help prevent delays caused by verification issues. 4. Contact Kraken support. If your transaction is taking an unusually long time, or if you have any concerns, contact Kraken support. They can provide you with an update on the status of your transaction and help resolve any issues. 5. Be patient. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is be patient. Blockchain transactions can take time, especially during periods of high network activity. Remember, security and accuracy are paramount. Understanding the pending status. The pending status simply means that your transaction has been initiated but has not yet been confirmed on the blockchain. This status will remain until the required number of confirmations have been received. Troubleshooting common issues. Incorrect address. If you entered an incorrect address, your transaction may be lost. Double-check your address before sending. Insufficient funds. Ensure that you have sufficient funds or assets in your account to cover the transaction amount and any fees. Network errors. Sometimes, network errors can cause transactions to get stuck. If this happens, Kraken support may be able to help. Long-term considerations. As the crypto space matures, exchanges and blockchain networks are continually working to improve transaction speeds and efficiency. Layer 2 solutions, such as the Lightning Network for Bitcoin and rollups for Ethereum, are designed to address scalability issues and reduce transaction times. In the future, we can expect to see faster and more efficient blockchain transactions. However, until then, it's important to understand the factors that can affect transaction times and to be patient. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.